Hello Galaxy Commanders and welcome to this video for Infinite Galaxy. Today I have some great information from Camel. They shared some explanation how certain things work. So I will go into detail about crew members and their buffs. But just before we do this, it is again event time, Sicarius Lucky Wheel. I think we already all know this. And you know I do like this because of the rewards and especially now that mid of the month or end of the month we will get the flagship reset event. Getting some additional legendary blueprints is always nice. And it seems like Camel also knows that I like this because as you see, I got a Wheel of Fortune offer here. And I just want to very quickly give you an overview there. So for this, we do get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 12,000 corium for around $10. And the standard offer we do have in specials, weekly specials, um, where is it here? The weekly limited royal corium pack. We do get a total of 1,400 plus 6,800. Um, it is around 5% cheaper, but you do not get the ally gift. So just wanted to throw this quickly out before I am going to get all the lucky wheel rolls I can get. So I got the pack for 9.99 and the one for 6.99. As I always say, do what I say, don't do what I do. As you can see, there's no special event at the moment where you get any bonus. So if you know that you are sometimes going to spend a little money on the game, um, it is much better if you buy these kind of packs already during an Eagle of Asarius or something, Asterius, so that you get the additional bonus and not just buy them when there's nothing else you can get. So let's see, I'm going to skip the animations. Um, will take a little bit long else, but I don't want to get the repair speed ups. Blueprints and for sure resources are the ones I'm after. So that is good. And sure, I want to get, though, this is great, 1 million deuterium titanium. This really helps me a lot, especially in the early game. And I can get now these extra chests. You already know this, 20 additional blueprints for Odysseus. I usually will go for the 25 spins total, so I get another 25. And yeah, let's go there quickly. Training courses are also good. Blueprints is good, but 3 times speed ups, not really what I'm after. Seems like I'm getting a lot of speed ups today, so 3 more. Yeah, let's get them in single spins. Speed up, no, that's better, and another blueprint. So for sure we got quite a few blueprints as usual, and the additional 25 here. Okay, let's take a look into the information about the crew members. We all know different warships do have different weapons. When we go into the shipbuilding, we always can see this now, even with the color and the icon. So each warship has either missile, laser, or kinetic type weapons. Um, and we already know there are crew members that do boost these kind of weapons quite a lot. One that everyone has here is Helen Gremium. You do get a lot of ID cards for her at the beginning. 13.7% is quite a lot, so this is something you always should consider. And in special, if you build up your fleet based on one weapon type, something I usually recommend you to do, um, you can put her either into the crew or you can set her up as captain for your flagship. Let's see, what did I do here? Here I use Michael, but this is because of frigate attack. So yeah, and how does this work? So Camel was so nice and shared some file with me to explain all of this. Let's take a look. First of all, they give us an overview again about the crew members that we have. So we do have Helen, as we just mentioned, increasing attack of laser weapons. And that's important. It will buff all laser warships. So this buff does not apply to the flagship. It applies to all laser warships. Um, they also write this down here as a note, give buff only to warship. The same thing is we do have Justin here, increasing the missile weapon, and we have Aldrich increasing kinetic weapon. So these always only increase the damage for your warships. Then we do have also John, Dorothy, Harvey, who increase flagship stats. So flagship stat, that means they increase the flagship damage and the equipment. Um, but they do not increase any of the warship stuff. So um, I'm not sure, probably or very likely some of you already knew this or assumed that it is like this, but let's take a look on the picture. So we do have our stats from the flagship itself. So our flagship also have on the first skill some kind of weapon buff. And this weapon buff increases attack of the warships. So at the beginning, this buff is pretty low, but later when you rank up your flagship quite a lot, you can get 10-15% there, and then it really makes sense to set up your warships based on the first skill of your flagship. As long as you only have a few percent, 2, 3, 5, 7%, I would not worry about that. I would go for the highest tier. Only if you get above 15%, I would match the tier, so the type of the warship with the flagship damage. Second, we do have equipment in our flagships. I hope you have equipment in your flagships. And we always see that there's a fleet effect, so increasing the weapon attack. This fleet effect works for the whole fleet, so that means it increases the damage of your warships. I was surprised when I learned that not everyone is aware of this. So I think it's important that we note this. The upper part, this, yeah, for the flagship itself, the flagship is using this weapon, and this is what works as damage for the flagship. Always remember, you got this battle stat button here on top. When you click this, it switches over to campaign stats, and you will see you will not have a fleet effect during that time, and also these values get smaller. But talking about buffs for your fleet, the fleet effect works with your warship. So same thing. Mixing different types of weapons, different type of warship means that you will not have all these buffs on all your warships. Captain, there is some increase. So each captain will increase the stats of your flagship. The increase of attack does not show in the outfit info course, that only shows the basic damage values. Yes, but if you click here on the details, you can see the increase. So, but this is an increase for your flagship. Keep that in mind again. This increases your flagship. It does not increase your warship. If your captain brings in a buff that is affecting like laser weapons, then again it will also work on your warships. It's like the fleet effect from your equipment. And yeah, if you put them in your crew, it works on all your fleets, not only on one single fleet. Always keep in mind, using a captain means this bonus only comes for your fleet where you assigned your captain and not for all fleets you have. Okay, so let's go back to the game and have a look at one of my fleets. So at the moment I do have the Hercules here at home. If we take a look at the Hercules, you will see I have fully kinetic weapons, 3 kinetic weapons equipped here, each of them giving you 6.5% additional kinetic attack. If I would put another captain inside there with some kinetic damage, this would also work here very well. And now if we take a look at my fleet setup, you can see that I do focus here on kinetic warships. I do have a mix of frigates and cruisers here, all kinetic type. It's my second fleet, so it's still up for improvement. And as soon as I build more warships, I will yeah, improve that a little bit more. But doing this, I have now all warships of the same type,
Flagship.
meaning they do get 3, that's 18, 19, 19.5, so nearly 20% more attack from the equipment. Unfortunately, it does not match with the first skill. The first skill is missile type, but as said, as long as it is not around 15%, I would usually always go for the highest tier level. But over time, later in the game, it can absolutely make sense when you rank up your Hercules quite a lot and you get 15-20% missile attack here. It makes sense to use maybe a mix of frigates and destroyers and switch all of this over to missile attack. So let me know what you think about this. Did you know about it? Is this new information for you? Were you sure about it? Or were you like, oh, I'm not 100% sure? Very curious about your thoughts there. As usual, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, join us on Discord, and then I'll see you all on the next video again.